Hello students, through this video I will help you to understand noise and noise pollution. So we are going to discuss about noise and noise pollution. So at first we have to understand what is noise. For that we have to look into the definition of noise. A loud and unpleasant sound is called noise. The very first sentence is a simple definition for your noise, and that is extremely clear to you. A loud what and unpleasant that sound is called noise. The examples are shouting, screaming, and yelling are the unpleasant sounds that we don't enjoy. Do you enjoy shouting, screaming, and yelling? Your answer should be definitely no. We don't love to hear, or we don't enjoy this unpleasant sounds. Next we have noise pollution. In your earlier classes you have gone through the different types of pollution. Those were water pollution, air pollution, and a little bit of land pollution or soil pollution. As you are growing up, you have to go through the various types of populations, and one of them is noise pollution. So what is noise pollution? An excessive amount of noise that affects the health of living organism is referred to as noise pollution. Now we have to go through the sources of noise pollution. What are the sources of noise pollutions? The sources are the vehicles. Nowadays, huge number of vehicles are there on the road, which is one of the major sources of noise pollution. Next one is aeroplanes flying overhead. That means the gigantic engines of that airplane causes noise pollution. Next, noise from big machines and industries. Those who are living the nearby industries or the factories, they can explain you the consequences of this, what type of problem they are facing. So this is one of the source of noise pollution. Next, construction sites. In the construction sites, the companies are using heavy machineries such as cranes, heavy cranes, and concrete mixture machines. Those are the reasons. Next, drilling machine or mixie. Generally we call it mixie and drilling machine. Those make some unnecessary sounds, unpleasant sounds, you may say. Those are one of the major sources of noise pollution. Next, loudspeaker and loud music. That is basically called a DJ. So we should avoid DJ in any festival. Next, firecrackers. This one is also one of the major sources of noise pollution. Next, we have to go through the harmful effects. The harmful effects of noise pollutions. So what are the harmful effects of noise pollution? Noise pollution has many harmful effects on our bodies. Some of them are listed below. The prolonged exposure to high noise can damage our eardrums and causes hearing loss. If we live for a longer period of time, if we are exposed for a longer period of time to any of the sources of noise pollution that may affect our eardrums and causes hearing loss. Next one, it can give us headache, sar dard. It hampers our sleep, which may lead to irritations and uncomfortable situations. If you will not be able to take your sleep properly, it may cause mm, different kinds of complications in your body. Next, we have it disturbed aged and sick people. So we should be aware of the situation or the circumstances, so that the sound should not affect their health. Next, we have to go through some ways to reduce noise pollution. How we can reduce noise pollution? Noise pollutions can be reduced by following ways. The first one is keeping vehicles in good working conditions. That means the servicing of that car or the vehicle has to be done in a regular period of time or regular period of interval. Next, banning the use of loudspeaker at late night and at a public places. That means we should not use the DJ at late night and at a public places. Listening to music and watching television at low volume instead of high volume, we should use low volume. Next, avoiding unnecessary honking. That means if it is not necessary for us to press the siren of the car, so that habit is good for us. We should not do it on a regular basis. Unnecessary, we should not do it. Next, banning the bursting of the crackers at the public places. So bursting of crackers should not be appreciated. Next, spreading awareness about harmful effects of noise pollution among people. So we have to aware the common people that what are the consequences we may have in our life due to the noise pollution. Next, building airports and industries far from residential areas. These airport and industries must be far from the residential complexes. Next, speaking softly. We should not speak in high tune. Planting more trees around the house and neighborhood. So planting more and more trees help us to reduce noise pollutions. By adopting these measures, will help us to live happy, will help us to live a happy and healthy life. So I hope that topics which I have discussed with you in this video, that means at first we have discussed noise, next we have gone through the noise pollution, then sources of noise pollution. After that we have gone through what are the harmful effects of noise pollutions. Under that topic, 4 points you have been given to understand. Next, we have gone through that ways to reduce noise pollution. Various methods are there how we can reduce noise pollution. It is not compulsory for you to learn the exact textbook sentence. Instead of that, one thing you can do, that is go through the topic properly and try to save that content of the topic in your mind, and afterwards you can write it down in your own words. But make sure that the construction of sentences should be correct. It should not be like that without having any proper meaning. You are just writing on and on and on. So let me close this topic. Again, I will be back with some other videos. So thank you.